Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video I would like to dedicate to reviewing foundation from Guerlain, and we're going to be talking about Parur Gold Foundation. And if you're interested to see how did that go, then carry on watching. So the foundation came in this beautiful box, which is gold and black, which is very nice. I like this color combination. I opted out for the shade 02 Beige Clear. And let me clean it first. It looks absolutely stunning. Very, very bougie. Gold and glowing, just the way I like it. So this is the typical foundation, 30 milliliters or 1 fluid ounces of product. It has 30 SPF++ PA. This foundation is made in France and it's supposed to be hydrating and waterproof. So on the box it says that it is Gold Radiance Foundation, Rejuvenating Effect, 24 hours wear, SPF 30 PA+++, hydrates, waterproof and heat resistant. And I will get back to this statement just in a second later on in this video. And so yeah, that's the box. Very glorious. It has a pump. Very nice, and feels very heavy. This foundation retails for $68 plus tax. I did buy it in Selfridges. I purchased this probably 4 months ago, but I never got around to actually try this foundation. So here I am. This foundation is nothing new. It's something that they decided to change the packaging, just like they did with the Lingerie Depot, because the previous packaging was a little bit different. I'm gonna insert the picture. I think the previous one was black color, but don't quote me. Also, it has a shelf life of 12 months. Yeah. Sure. I am on the Selfridges website, and they promised that Guerlain's Parur Gold Foundation, with its precious double-sided pigments combined with the collagen boosting active ingredients. So this meant to be naturally smoothing, illuminating and ultra natural, and it is promising to diminish the signs of time and fatigue. Very promising. This foundation retails for $63 plus tax, and it comes in 12 shades only. It is available on Selfridges website, and also you can purchase it directly from Guerlain. They have that there too. Now that we've learned a lot about this product, let's just move on and start applying the makeup. Packaging is very nice. It's very gold. It's very heavy. It is made out of glass. I'm quite sure of it. And it has a pump. As a face primer today, since we're talking about gold, I'm going to be using this one from Guerlain, and this is the lure, bits of gold in it. It's absolutely stunning. Also, this is part of the project pan. So this primer is part of the project pan, and I'm going to include a card of the video for you to see what is this all about if you have not heard about it. One of my other Guerlain primers that I absolutely love is this one, Meteorites. Love it, absolutely love it. So it's not all about embryolates. Okay, so let's just start with the foundation. So this is the bottle. Let's just give it a good shake. For today's application, I'm going to be using sponge, and I'm going to be using this It Cosmetics brush. Okay. So I'm going to start with 2 pumps, and I'm going to start using my brush. It is quite thick. Brush. I just finished applying this side with my brush, and this is the result. I think this is quite solid medium coverage for sure. Let's apply the other side of the face with the sponge and see how that goes. 1, 2. Okay, this is the sponge. And this is the result of applying the foundation with the sponge. Both applications went very, very well. I have to say that I don't particularly prefer one side over the other. I like the coverage. I love this foundation. So far, so good. I love it. So the time at the moment is 10:16, but I did apply this foundation at least half an hour ago. So let's just start counting from 10 a.m. onwards when it comes to testing of this foundation. So this is the makeup look for today. I need to take these off, and I would like to So this is my makeup for today. So far it feels great. It's very light. I don't feel like anything is drying me out. Nothing falls apart. It went perfectly on my face. So happy, super happy. Let's see how it performs during the day. So I'm just gonna go and do my thing, and then I'll get back to you with some checkings, and then we'll go from there. So it is following day, it is 5:39.
Do you like the first one or the second one? Number one or number two?
I love both. Thank you.
I'll make another one for you.
Basically, I'm going to replicate the application that I've applied yesterday, and I'm going to be using this Lure Primer from Guerlain that I did use yesterday. So I gave it a good shake, and I'm going to get one and a bit pump out, and I'm going to use this cornered little sponge from Real Technique. One other thing that I wanted to mention, that it did oxidize on me so badly. I didn't quite put two and two together from the beginning yesterday, and then I was wondering, why is it that I'm looking like I have a tan on my face? And then I realized that it was the foundation. So this is the results with the application with my sponge, and hopefully you can see the difference, that this is definitely giving me that gold look, which is nice during the summer, but now that I am pale, it looks a little odd, A, and B, this does not correspond to the shade range that they have it with the Lingerie de Peau. So they are technically same shade. Okay, this one is lacking C, but it says Claire on the website, and the box says too. Hang on, I'll get the box. Yeah, the box. So the box says 02C Beige Claire. And this one says the same. It says 02C, which is Claire. However, it is clear to me that they are not the same shade. This is a little bit more golden. It is not bad, but it's just a little bit deceiving, if you like. However, maybe the clue was in the word gold. I don't mind that. I think this will be good for my summer application, but right now I am quite pale, and therefore it just looks a little off when it comes to my neck and the rest of the body, and clearly there's a line of demarcation. You could see that it's you know, it's different shade. It's just not quite matching me with them. So this is the result of the application with my brush, and I think that this foundation worked beautifully with both methods. I really enjoyed it, and it did exactly the same thing yesterday, so there was no quarrel there. It is easy to work with. It's very creamy. It very much reminds me of the consistency of the Lingerie de Peau, which is one of my favorite. This is one of my holy grails foundations that I love very much, and So yes, it has a little bit of a fragrance to it, but it's very faint and it does not bother me in the slightest. If you have been watching my channel for a minute, you probably know that I am not put off by the smells of the foundation unless it's a Urban Decay all-nighter or something. I can't think of what else. But there are some odors and makeup products that I just cannot put up with, and this is just smells very bougie, very nice, so I don't mind that. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. Apart from the fact that I do look like a little bit of a grilled chicken and out of place because it's just not matching the rest of my body for the moment, it's looking good. Yeah, I do have one of my summer and favorite concealers that I use in the shade 220 Clear, and I think that will be matching it much better. So let's see if I'm right. Let's get the mirror. Yeah, this is more of a summery shade for me when it comes to foundation. And I am going to reach out for my summer shade powder from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder and the shade 2 Medium. So this is something that I use when it's when I have a bit of tan. I just applied concealer and it looked great. The foundation is not budging, it's not moving. I think it's being long enough so we can do the tissue test. So I'm gonna get a clean tissue and I'm gonna put it on my face and press, release. It's a pass, and I did do that yesterday too. So this foundation just gets into your skin and it blends beautifully. So far I am impressed, apart from the shade, but I did said that about 100 times now. Okay, for today's bronzer, I'm going to be using this one from Chanel. It is my creamy bronzer, and the reason why I'm going to be using this creamy bronzer is because I wanted to show you how this foundation reacts when the cream products are applied. So I'm just going to get a brush. This one is from Kat Von D. So basically I am pressing the product in my skin, just bouncing it around, and so I don't see any movements. I'm just gonna get a little more. I don't see any movements. The foundation stays in place and I love that. I forgot to brush my eyebrows again. I'm sorry. They were looking down, sad and lonely. Okay, this is the application with the cream bronzer. I'm just going to disappear and finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll get back to you and we'll talk about this foundation in depth. So this is the final look for today, and I would like to divide my final thought in 2 segments. First of all, let's talk about positive. I loved how this foundation looked on my skin. It gives me this radiance, this luminosity. It is not drying at all. It did not grab hold of my dry patches, which I have around my nose. It really is long wearing. Yesterday I did remove my makeup. It was probably midnight when I did it, and it was still looking presentable. It did not fall into my wrinkles, which I have quite a few on my forehead, and perfect. I loved how it applied with my brush, with my sponge. Really enjoyed the consistency. It was a little bit more creamier and a bit more thicker than what I normally prefer, so it wasn't liquidy. It is hydrating. It does not emphasize my pores. It does not make me feel like I'm a cake face. Just wonderful, and it's long wearing for sure. And yesterday also was raining, so I was exposed to the very humid weather around me, and that still did not destroy the integrity of the foundation. There was some wear and tear, you know, my nose and my chin and this area here, but if you do have young children, that's a natural progression of the day when your makeup disappears in certain areas. So there's just nothing new. Foundation is not to blame. I really loved this foundation. So those are the good things. And let's talk about things that were different. They were not necessarily bad, but they were just different. And I did mention at the beginning, the keywords were hydrate, oh sorry, that's in French, hydrate, waterproof, and heat resistant. And that's a strong inclination to me that this foundation is meant to be for summertime only. Well, okay, not only, but heat and, you know, water. So I guess you can go for a swim, you can sunbathe and still look gorgeous. And also the word gold is keyword because I did ended up looking very much golden. So in order to complete this makeup look, I had to deploy all of my summer makeup, something that I use only in the summer, which is Charlotte Tilbury Medium. And this is one of my holy grail concealers from Lancome. So yeah, the shade is not quite true to the Lingerie Depot. I have it here, which is 02C, which is same thing, which is clear beige. Here I have my Lingerie Depot, and here I have my gold thing. And I'm just gonna do a little dot here of the gold, like so. And I'm gonna give you a little example of the Lingerie Depot. Here, there's a little like that, and the gold shade oxidizes badly, and therefore it's changing colors, and it is not corresponding to the clear beige that I had in mind. I think the Guerlain should have made a bit more emphasis on the fact that it is preferably for summertime or something of that sort. But yeah, this is just way too different. Do I think that this foundation is something special over this one that I love? And this one is cheaper by far. This one is probably $45. I don't think so. I really don't. And do I think that this one needs to be crying in the corner nervously because it's being shifted? No. This one is nice. I will be using it during the summertime. It did not knock my socks off. It's just another great foundation, but it wasn't amazing. Anyway, on this note, I would like to end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you could join me on this channel and perhaps go even further and join me on my Instagram. Would love to have you. And I'll see you in my next one. But for now, it's bye-bye.
A little bit of eyebrows.
You can have some eyeshadows.
Okay, I want
sparkles.
eyeshadow.
Do you want sparkles?
I want to pick. I want to pick maybe this one.
Look at this one. This is the best.
Put one in each eye. I'll pick this color.
Okay, just a little bit. Don't dig yet. Perfect.